Good Friday morning, everyone. I am Vicki Edmondson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today, I want to make a card that I hope you'll like. We will be using the time-worn 3D embossing folder. I will use the Go-To Greetings. This is one of my favorite sets that has come out in the catalog. I love the fonts. I love all the different sizes. And today we're going to use the thank you font stamp in that. We're going to be using the deckled rectangle dies, and this is the size that I'm going to use. You've got multiple sizes here, but this size here will be the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use a Sale-A-Bration stamp set that you can get free with your $100 order. You get this DSP and you get this beautiful stamp set, and it is free with a $100 order. And this Sale-A-Bration goes from July 1st through August 31st. So for every $50 or $100 order you place, you get free items from this catalog. This particular one requires a $100 order, but you've got lots of other. This is a beautiful little card and envelope set here for $50 purchase. There's lots of items in here that you can get, but this is what I'm going to use today. And next week I'm going to show off this beautiful DSP and some cards that I make. So if you see something you like today, for if your order is $100, then you can get this set for free, the DSP and the stamp set together. Or if there's something else in there you like with a $50 order, then go for that. We're going to use this stamp here today, and I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to lay this here because I need, this surface is kind of rough, so I need a flat surface. So I'm going to lay this notepad here, and we are going to use this stamp here, and the colors I'm going to use, I'll show you in a minute the other items that we'll need, but I want to go ahead and get this done. Okay, we're going to use Parakeet Party ink and Sweet Sorbet. Okay, those are two of the end colors for 2022 through 2024. Okay, what I'm going to do first, the stamp, we're going to use a sponge dauber. I'm going to put that on my finger, and I'm going to only stamp or put ink on the stems. And I definitely hope I can do this on camera. I didn't have a problem off camera, but it's a little bit more intimidating when I'm on camera. Okay, I'll set that aside, and then I'm going to take a sponge dauber, and we're going to put the ink right on the flower. This is a distinctive flower. It looks 3D. And I love the way Stampin' Up! Does the distinctive flowers. It just makes them look so real. Okay, continue with the putting the ink with the sponge dauber. Now, if you have the, you can use Stampin' Blends, or you could also use the Stampin' Right markers to color on this if you want. I really want to use the Parakeet Party in one more spot. I hope I can get that stem a little bit better. I'm not sure that I can. Well, we'll see. It is what it is, right? Okay, then after you get this on, it's been a couple minutes, so I'm going to kind of blow on it or huff on it to bring that ink back out. And then I'm going to just stamp this right in the center here. And give it a good press. Okay, there you go. Not too bad. Got a little bit of red right there on the stem, but you know what? Like I said, it is what it is. So bear with me for just a minute. Let me close up my ink pads. I don't like to leave those open for several reasons. All right, bear with me. I'm going to go over and put this through my cut and emboss machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, and there's what you get with the deckled edge die. Okay, and the other items you're going to need will be a scrap of basic white, a scrap of sweet sorbet. Those are going to be used, the sentiments. You're going to need 2 basic whites that are 5 1/4, excuse me, by 4. And then you're going to need a sweet sorbet that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I've already done that. Okay, and for one of your 5 1/4 by 4, we're going to mount that on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my Tombow glue. Ooh, get it coming out. Less is more with this glue, but sometimes it just comes out on its own. So here we go. Gonna mount that on the inside. Okay, and then the other 5 1/4 by 4, you're gonna take that and run it through that embossing folder, the time worn embossing folder. And when you have something that is embossed, you definitely need to use a good amount of glue or adhesive, whatever you use. I would suggest using the Tombow on any type of embossing folder because of all the lumps and bumps that you get when you emboss. Okay, and I have already stamped the thank you, and I fussy cut around it, and then I laid that on a piece of sweet sorbet, and then fussy cut just a little bit larger. I'm just going to lay this out and see how I like that. Okay, and I definitely am going to be popping this up, and I think, let me see about the next largest deckled. I think that's going to be too big for what I need. Let's see. Do that. That might be too big. I just wanted something behind this because it's just not showing up too well because the edges aren't very distinctive. So let me get a piece of sweet sorbet. Hold on just a moment. Another piece. Bear with me. And that was that one piece that I cut this from was a 3 by 4. So let me take my trimmer and I'm going to cut a 4 by 3. I just want it to be a little bit, I want it to stand out a little bit more than that. So that's probably going to be too big. So hang on a minute. we can adjust that. As soon as I find my ruler. This is, so I need like a 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. So let me try that. 2 1/4. Let's see how this works. By 3 5/8. There we go. I think that'll work. I just wanted to have just a little bit of the sweet sorbet showing. Okay. And I think that'll look better. Okay. Let's give it a shot and see. It's the first time I've used the deckled edge dies, and I wanted it to be just a little bit, stand out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down. I don't think I'm going to pop this one up. I'm going to put it right about here. Okay, and then I will pop this up with dimensionals. And you guys have seen before that I typically cut my dimensionals in half to make them go further, but this is kind of a larger piece, so I'm going to use the full size of the dimensional to put on here. Okay. And then take the backing off with my take your pick tool. Makes it very easy. Well, as I say that, that one doesn't want to come off. There you go. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to show you some more. I think I'm going to end up putting, I'll put that a little offside. There you go. And I don't know if I want to use the butterflies or the rhinestones. I think I'm going to put the butterflies on this. I'm going to show you other cards that I've used, that I've made. 2 more cards. And I'll show you that in just a minute. And I use different things with them. Okay, I'm going to use the putty end of my take your pick tool. I'm going to take one of the larger butterflies and put up here, and I think I'll put one of the small butterflies right there, and another small butterfly right here. Okay, so there you have it. That card is done. If you like the video today or the things that I show you, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. YouTube likes it when you get a lot of thumbs up. This is my host code for July. If you'd like to place an order and get some free items during Sale-A-Bration, please do so. Use this host code here. And if your order is over $150 though, don't use this host code. Use you'll get stamping rewards from Stamping Up, and I want you to have them. But if it's 150 or under, I'd appreciate it if you would use that host code. And now I'm going to show you the other cards. This was Sweet Sorbet. That's one of the new in colors. This is Orchid Oasis. I used the very same stamp set and use the painted something. Hang on a second and I'll tell you what that embossing folder is. I love that one. I think it's Painted Texture. Yes, Painted Texture 3D. And I used for the rectangle or the square here, I used the Stylish Shapes. That's a new one. I used the largest one here to cut this out. Put it on the diagonal, and I used the Baker's Twine, the 2022, 2024 in color Baker's Twine pack. I used the Orchid Oasis Baker's Twine there. And then the other one that I did, I used the Starry Sky. I also used that same sentiment, Go To Greetings. All three of these came from that one stamp set, the Greetings. And then for the circle, I used the largest circle die in this Stylish Shapes. So, and I used the iridescent rhinestones for this one. This is Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, and Sweet Sorbet. So if you like the video today and the choices I've given you here, again, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And until next week, I hope you guys have a great week. And I look forward to being with you again. And I will be using some of that DSP from that Sale-A-Bration pack. Thank you guys for watching so much. I really do appreciate it. Have a great week.